Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today, let's take a look at the 2026 Mini John Cooper Works two-doored. Huge shout out to Hendrick Mini for providing this for me today. Take a look at their website, that link is down in the description. This JCW is finished off in both Legend Gray Metallic along with Chili Red for the accents, and the MSRP is just over $46,000. This is powered by the 2-liter inline 4-cylinder turbo. It's paired to the 7-speed dual clutch automatic and pumps out 228 horsepower, 280 pound-feet of torque. It's front-wheel drive, weighs in just over 3,000 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in 5.9 seconds with a top speed up to 155 miles an hour. It also has a fuel capacity of 11.6 gallons. You'll expect to see 27 miles per gallon in the city, 37 out on the highway. This also has a wheelbase of 98.2 inches. Its overall length is 152.6. It has a width of 68.7, a height of 57.2, and its ground clearance measures in at 5.1 inches. Now, as we move on to the exterior styling, you'll notice up front, there's a sensor within the upper section of the grille for distance pacing, a forward camera underneath that, the John Cooper Works badge. There's also parking sensors as well, gloss black for the grille surround, and then large inlets to provide additional cooling. There's also active grille shutters, so those will open and close depending on if the vehicle needs that additional cooling. And there's also a dark housing for the LEDs. You'll notice too, there's a cutout within the hood too, so it actually wraps around the headlight housings, which is very iconic for most of the Minis. And there's some really nice bulges going behind that, and the lines coming down the hood with the black Mini badge front and center. Now, being the John Cooper Works, it has the sport brakes. This model also has the optional John Cooper Works floating center caps, so those will stay upright. There's a really nice two-tone design as well for the 18-inch wheels, and then you'll notice some of the chili red accents. It's on the mirrors, where there's also a turn signal and a camera, and it's on the roof too, where there's a moonroof, some roof racks too, which is an option. And then you'll notice some gloss black for both the fender flares and the lower side skirt. Now in back, you'll notice the spoiler, which has a neat look to it, very functional too, to allow airflow to pass through. There's the third brake light, wiper blade, LEDs for the lighting with the iconic design with the flag within that housing. There's also a backup camera, parking sensors, and then a center exit single exhaust tip with gloss black for the lower section of that bumper and diffuser. Now this also has remote start, so you can use the key fob to activate that. This model also has this optional rear stripe, so you don't have to get that. That is an option. I think it looks really nice. And then this has a manual operating liftgate. Now this is the storage that you get behind the back seat. There's actually some storage under the floor as well. So you do have to reach down and grab this tab here where you can place some items, hide some away, or if you need a taller height, you can remove that. You can also remove this, of course, and then this is how easy it is to fold the back seats down. So you have a good bit of space with them down, and then it will be functional when they're up for rear seat passengers. You just won't have too much cargo space if you have this packed full of people. But it's still practical either way. Now there's also gloss black for the door handles, and then for the interior, you'll notice this brushed gold accent for the release. There's also a trunk release, a little bit of storage, and then the window controls, side mirror adjustments, and John Cooper Works down on the door sill. This also has a power operating driver's seat with memory seating adjustments, and there's one manual release for the backrest. So once you push that forwards, the seat will work its way forwards the rest of the way, which is a really nice touch. And then from this angle, you can see with that seat down just how much interior space there is. And then you can quickly flip it up and then hop into the back. So at 5'10", I'd say there's actually a good bit of space. You can adjust these seats as needed. You have one cup holder to share. And at 5'10", I'm just barely touching the headliner, so I can actually sit upright. There's also the sunshade, so you can adjust that as needed, which is really nice. So for the smaller size, I have an armrest, I have a large window right here, and honestly, I could ride around town and be comfortable. So this is great for two people to be in the back. You could maybe have a car seat back here or just use it for extra storage if needed. So for its smaller size, definitely super practical if you need more than just two seats. And as we work our way up front, there's a leather steering wheel. It's perforated and solid with the John Cooper Works badge down below. But let's start this up and take a listen to how it sounds. And coming back to all the tech features, there's no traditional gauge cluster right behind the steering wheel. So there is a head-up display where it's currently showing miles per hour. There's fuel, power, which is basically the tach, and then miles per hour. Now there's a few more things you can go through within that screen. You can pull up your favorites just by pushing on that. So you have shortcuts, and then you can also view music as well. And then on the right side, there's also voice commands and Bluetooth, volume. You'll notice the illuminating lights there indicates this has distance pacing, and all your cruise controls on the left. There's also paddle shifters too, with the left one being a boost paddle. So you can use that to downshift a few gears. Now your headlight adjustments are on the turn signal stalk, and then there's wiper blades on the right side, of course. There's one air vent. This also has Harman Kardon for the audio. And then all of your information is basically right in the middle. So the lower section is always going to stay fixed, along with the upper section too. This is basically what is shown on the head-up display with that information. So it's very easy to go through all of this depending on what you'd like to see. And it's super sensitive to the touch. So it's very easy to go through all of this. If you can see these lines and angles, there's a screen protector currently on this at the moment. So of course, this will be peeled off when the buyer buys it. So don't mind those lines with the protector there. But it's very easy to go through all of this, of course. And then you have a lot of icons to scroll through. There's Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, your lighting. You can get into some game controllers too. There's quite a lot to set this up as needed. You can also get into music and then climate controls. This also has heated seats, a heated steering wheel, and the temperature adjustments on both sides. And you can also swipe up to get into some of the shortcuts too, which is nice. Now underneath that, there's volume, and there's different driving modes. Some of these are going to be a gimmick, but some of them are going to be sporty. And you'll get that playback for each one of these. And it will also change the background too. So just depending on your mood, you can get through all of these, which is nice. And then you also have your gear selector. So push that straight up. You can pull up the camera system and go through all of these angles here, just depending on where you need to see. So you have no shortage of visibility around the entire vehicle. There's also drive and sport mode, and then park. Now underneath that, there is a shortcut to get into some of the driver information, so you can go through these as needed. And then there's a shortcut to the camera system, hazards, and defrosters. There's also wireless charging. There's cup holders. You get some storage down below. That's also hidden too with auxiliaries. And then there's a fixed armrest. You have space in the glove box with air vents for your passenger, along with this neat trim accent. There's also the rear view, dome lights, and controls for the sunroof up front. The sunshade is manual, just like in back. And then here's a look at visibility. Large windows all around. So it is definitely super easy to see in both directions. Setting off behind the wheel now for this JCW. I've been able to drive these in the past. I've even been able to drive the two-door with the manual transmission. For the 2026 year model, I believe that is limited to roughly 500 models as a limited or special edition with the manual. I don't think I will be able to find one of those, but basically they're all going to be automatics for the most part. The manual is kind of going away, which is sad to see because I think this is a very fun vehicle with the manual transmission. But with the 7-speed dual clutch here, this is still going to be a fun vehicle to drive. It's a great transmission aside from not being the manual, of course. So it's just going to give you a sporty feel, maybe a little bit easier to drive, especially depending on the type of driving that you are doing. But with the JCW in general, I think this is a really cool smaller size vehicle. I just got out of a JCW Countryman all 4, so that had 4 full doors in it just to give you better access into the back seats. If you're not looking for a little bit larger or a little bit more convenient size vehicle, this is still fun. You can have 4 people in here. It is on the smaller side, so maybe it's not your only vehicle. It could be if you generally don't have a lot of items with you, but this is also going to be perfect for city driving, parallel parking, just finding smaller spaces to park. It's super maneuverable and very easy to drive. And you also have all of the different driving modes. So let's put it into the JCW, where you get kind of that go-kart vibe and feel. And then with it in sport mode, that exhaust sounds pretty good too. I haven't seen any piped in exhaust to turn on or off, so I feel like that is mainly the exhaust. And it gives you a little bit of drama. You can hear the gurgles in that exhaust too. It's a quick little vehicle. While the 0 to 60 is closer to 6 seconds, it still feels fun and zippy, which is nice for a smaller vehicle like this, and especially with the engine that it has to offer. But in general, driving this, since I was just in the Countryman, these are super fun, very comfortable to drive. The seats in this are fantastic too. I like the support that they have to offer. And at 5'10", if I put the seat all the way down, I have maybe 2.5 inches or so of headroom, so you could be slightly taller than me. There was a little bit more headroom in the Countryman, since that is bigger, of course, and a much taller vehicle. But super fun to drive. If you're just looking for a zippy little vehicle, I think this is a great option to go with. I have been in smaller vehicles like this, like the Fiat 500e, which is a full electric, not really a competitor to this, but that's the most recent smaller vehicle like this that I've driven. And honestly, I would go with this over that all day long. It is a little bit more expensive, but I think it's fun. It has a lot to offer. The materials are super nice too for the price. Now you could argue it is on the more expensive side for being smaller. You can get larger vehicles for this price too, but it just depends on your budget. Not everyone wants a larger vehicle. For some, this is going to work just fine. Maybe it's just you, maybe one other person, maybe you just don't have a lot of items, or you just want a fun second car that's very easy to maneuver and it'll put a smile on your face. Still in the JCW setting, we have the gear indicator on the far right, so second gear, here we go. And the shifts are definitely quick with that dual clutch, so it's very smooth. The boost paddle on the left side as well will downshift. So we're in 5th gear. I'll hold on that for a few seconds. It'll go to 3rd gear. Now we have a countdown from 10 seconds. So basically you could tap it twice to downshift, or you can just hold on it and you can do that for merging, passing, or just having some fun getting up to speed. So this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the JCW. I will say the biggest complaint that I've seen with comments from previous models that I've driven is I think there should be more on the head-up display. Your gear indicator is not on the head-up display. It's not really all that configurable either, so I could see the argument with putting more on the head-up display, and not having a traditional dash or gauge cluster is a big one with not having much on the head-up display. But if you glance down for a second or glance right for a second, it's kind of the same thing. Since I've driven a few of these, you get used to it looking over to the right there, but I do think it would be nice to see a little bit more. Other than that, this is a fun vehicle. All of the materials are super nice. There's some plastic on the dash there, but everything else just gives it a good feel. And I could see this being a very comfortable daily driver. It's very well insulated, so it's just gonna give you a comfortable ride and a sporty feel. So I think it's a great combo of the two. And the power, like I said, very zippy. This is going to be something that could handle twisty roads as well. So maybe you're not doing a ton of performance style driving, but if you go on a trip, you're on some back twisty roads or something like that, this will give you that fun factor to handle those roads with confidence and just give you a well-planted vehicle. So for its low curb weight, it's definitely something, even with front wheel drive, it will be something that you just have to learn that. You can't go into corners super fast, but you can carry out the turns and just have a blast driving this little car. So that is going to wrap it up for the 2026 two-doored John Cooper Works. Once again, huge shout out to Hendrick Mini for providing this for me today. Take a look at their website, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads, and I'll see you all in the next video.